Hey, so this episode is on recovery, truly, and relapsing in particular. So, all of us with a mental health disorder, a mental health diagnosis, we know that if we have people in our lives, friends, family, they're usually all evaluating our mental status. Usually informally, hopefully informally. Practitioners, of course, should use all the best clinical prowess and judgment that they have. But if you're friends or family or relatives, you're usually evaluating the person in your life with a mental health diagnosis rather informally. But that doesn't mean it should be done casually. And that doesn't mean it should be done without exercising good judgment, sensitivity, and it also means incorporating a little bit of empathy in your interactions with this person, whether they're symptomatic or not. So what I'm trying to say is, you ever have that friend who, when you fall down or collapse, goes, "Oh, you're never gonna get up from this one. No getting up from this. No coming back from here." Well, I don't believe in a point of no return. And what I mean by that is, I don't believe there is a step or process or move you can make, whether it be in your interpersonal life or through the exercise of judgment in your behaviors, a lack of insight or a lack of awareness. I don't believe there's a point of no return. Sure, death, right? Okay? And some of us even have spiritual beliefs about that and how there's no finality or final destination there. But in all of us here in the world of the living, right, hopefully for as long as possible, believe that there is really no point in which you could do something that you can't come back from it. Sure, you lose an arm, you lose a leg, you get a prosthetic, or some tragic life circumstance happens. But even people in these circumstances rally back. They move on with their lives. A lot of people tend to become alarmist or catastrophize any sort of seemingly step back in a person's life with a mental health disorder. If you have a chronic mental illness, there's a long, long road ahead. And if you get diagnosed in your early 20s or teens or early adulthood, you have a life ahead of you. A long life. Now think about it. In this long life ahead of you, are you not going to have friends and relatives in your family? Are you probably not going to discuss, like I said, rather informally probably, your mental health disorder or issues or whatever is going on in your life? Well, who needs someone every step of the way, every time you trip or fall, to come back and say, what happened there? Uh-oh. Can I explain that one? It's awful. It's terrible. No one needs it. No one needs it. Sure, we need people in our life checking us. I talked about blogging and the use of peer reflection, internet and social media to really reflect on your behaviors. But that's on the choice of the individual, right? Who's experiencing the symptom and who's symptomatic. It's a stretch for someone who is friends or friendly with a person or cares for a person or a caregiver to really go that extra, and I mean extra mile, and be like, "Are you sure you're okay? You don't look so good." Right? That's uncouth and probably bad mental health etiquette. Something we'll be talking about in later episodes, mental health etiquette. But for all of us that are interested in recovery and moving on and moving forward with our lives, even when we have a relapse or fall down or take a step back, we really have to keep in mind that we could always take 2 or 3 or 4 steps back, right? There is no point or no return where we can't come back and rally back from our symptoms or whatever it is in our life that's interfering with our success. Okay? So when someone says to you, "No coming back from here," don't get in your head that, this is it. I'm finally going to have that relapse where I never come back from. I was doing so well, and here I go. No. That's not how it works. There's always a check. You can always check yourself. Maybe a little, not as early as you would have liked, but early enough where you can come back and say, "Hey, look, This is where I was. That's where I was then. That's where I was even then. But here I am now. And I may be here tomorrow, but I'm going to be there in the future, and I'm going to be ahead and keep moving forward in your life. So keep moving forward in your life no matter what happens, because there's always a tomorrow. So recovery now. Today.